Amphibia Season 1 introduced us to the new world of the show, the characters, and the reasons to actually care about them. Amphibia Season 2, however, expanded on everything that Season 1 had built to introduce new settings, new lore, and much higher stakes than what I was expecting from this show. That said, the show did start out kinda slow in the first 10 episodes. It still had the similar slice-of-life character developing tropes that Season 1 had, but with new monsters and settings to explore like the Mystery Shack. The Curiosity Hut. We also got to see what happened to Sasha and Grime after the events of Reunion, where we learned a few things. For one, Grime is actually much more of a casual character than I thought, which makes me like him a lot more, to be honest. I do like characters who have a dark side, but can also be comedic. Secondly, Sasha still didn't realize that her manipulative nature was the problem between her and Anne. Seriously, you would think after Sasha said this,
"Hey Anne, maybe you're better off without me,"
she would have a change of heart, but instead she denied acknowledging her flaws and doubled down on it. I guess she needed to stay manipulative long enough to allow the conflict in the Season 2 finale to happen. Also, General Yunnan,
Scourge of the Sand Wars, Defeater of Ragnar the Wretched, and the youngest Newt to ever achieve the rank of General in the Great Newtopian Army!
Yeah, anyways, I instantly liked her as a character the moment she was introduced. My only complaint about her is that she didn't really get as much screen time as I expected. Anyways, after the first 10 episodes, we see Anne and the Plantars arrive in Newtopia in the episode Marcy at the Gates. Here, we finally see my favorite character of the show,
Marcy!
Yes, the fun-loving nerd of a character that most people in the Amphibia fandom adores. I'd explain why she's such a favorite, but I already made a video on that. Click there to see that. Besides Marcy, we were also introduced to Lady Olivia and King Andreas. Despite her initial introduction as a character with a serious demeanor, Lady Olivia still had her comedic moments throughout Season 2.
If anyone needs me, I'll be in the kitchen drinking juice.
The same thing also applies especially to Andreas. His comedic personality is one of my favorite qualities, and it's a very good contrast to the cruel, brutal nature of his actions we see him do later on. Aside from the characters, the Newtopia episodes continue to have very good humor with more noticeable references to other shows and even games.
"He's fine."
The side characters like Bella, for example, were also great additions to the show too, but most of them aren't really memorable because we didn't really see them after the Newtopia episodes, at least until the series finale, where they did get brief cameos. But of course, the most memorable part of this series of episodes was this scene with Anne and Sprig.
You know, I've always wondered, can you miss someone you never actually knew? That's silly. I mean, of course you can't.
To wrap up the Newtopia episodes, the last 2 episodes of Season 2A gave us hints to the secret past of Newtopia and Andreas, as well as exposition about the Calamity Box, which in turn will lead to the Temple arc of episodes in the next half of the season. But before those episodes, we first see Anne and the Plantars return to Wardwood. The first few episodes of Season 2B and the episodes in between the Temple arc episodes were a great way to reintroduce the original setting of the show with the classic hijinks that Season 1 was known for. What else can I say about these episodes besides I like them a lot? They were good breathers. As for the Temple episodes themselves, they're definitely great without a doubt, with great setup for the rest of the show's story. However, there was a bit of a problem with pacing between them. The first and second Temple episodes were actually fine in this regard, but the third Temple really struggled here because it had to show a flashback, bring in Sasha, and have the main characters complete the Temple trials in 11 minutes. They did manage to do it, but frankly, it would have been much better if it was a 22-minute episode like the first Temple. Side note, the reason why I'm okay with the second Temple being 11 minutes long is because it did not have some underlying emotional conflict between certain characters like in the other Temples. Also, Barrel's Warhammer was a good episode to have after showing the second Temple, as it highlighted what Sasha and Grime were up to for much of the season. Once the Temple episodes were done, we see the main characters have rather low stakes but very enjoyable episodes in The Dinner and Battle of the Bands. These episodes are pretty much my favorite episodes of Season 2, aside from the season finale, because they are the best examples of why you shouldn't skip any episodes of Amphibia, even if they don't contribute much to the overarching plot. Although you technically don't have to see them to understand the Season 2 finale, they are the culmination of everything that the slice of life episodes have brought up to this point. To be honest, if the show ended with Battle of the Bands and the girls returned home after that, it still would have been a decent ending. But of course, a season of Amphibia cannot have a happy ending, which is why we have True Colors. Okay. This episode alone is so big in terms of its impact on everything from the show's story to even my personal life that I should make a separate video on this in the future. But to sum up my overall thoughts on the finale itself, I definitely think it's one of the strongest finales of any show, let alone Amphibia, which had other strong season finales. The lore build-up from previous episodes had immense payoff in this episode. We saw massive revelations about many of the characters. The stakes of the entire show were raised to an unexpectedly high level. Then of course the show had some of the most shocking scenes I have ever seen.
The box!
Percy, hurry! I just need to...
True Colors really is the best title for the Season 2 finale. Not only did it reveal the truth about the characters, it also revealed the truth about what the show is about. Season 1 gave us the basic premise of the show's overarching story about Anne and her journey to find her friends and go home. Season 2 went on to complete that initial overarching story and elevated it to a whole new level. So without a doubt, Season 2 is the much better season in my opinion compared to the already great Season 1. But did Season 3 top it? Well, that's another video for another day. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and learned something new from it. If you did, please give this video the thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more content like this, click on that subscribe button below. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great day. See you in the next one.